Hello and welcome to ClovenCast, the podcast show where we have no intro. We are our hosts. We'll go left to right here since we are displayed on screen.
Hello, I am Springheart. I'm a llama. I am now sprung.
It sounded
I'm
wrong.
Animechristy. And yeah, I want boba. I wish I had boba, but I don't have boba.
And hello, I am Spirit, the tired person who isn't actually drinking coffee. I have water, e. Yeah, so welcome everyone to our third installment of the ClovenCast charity stream. We are hosting this live at RAMCon currently when we are recording. For those who are tuning in live to the RAMCon stream, the way that this works is that in the widgets below you will see a donation button where you can basically follow the link, and any donations of $5 or more that include a link to the ref sheet will get their OC critiqued live on stream. So the three of us are artists, and we'll give you guys some pointers. I actually cannot recall. Do we usually do 3 minutes or 5 minutes on each character?
We do 5.
Okay. I'll go ahead and get the timer real quick so that we're ready. And in general, so something to note, folks, general rules about submissions is that the ref sheets do have to be safe for work. We will not critique any ref sheets that have anything that is NSFW, very, very gory, or has a generally kind of gross themes on it. And as another general note, you do need to include the link to the character in the donation message, to be specific. If you do not put it in there, it does not count. And unfortunately, with today, we don't have a chance to open up a channel in the servers, so you have to include it in your donation. Otherwise, we can't go hunting down for stuff. So we already have a donation on screen. For those who would like to have their characters critiqued live, our goal is $500 today, and our chosen cause of choice this time around is saveafox.org. They are a fox rescue where they rescue foxes who were bred in captivity, specifically in fur farms, or maybe pet surrenders. So not only do you get to save the foxes by donating, but it also goes to helping animals who could really use it. So I'll go ahead.
Yeah.
I'll pull up the first one if people want to go ahead and submit stuff. We're gonna go in order. We're gonna try to get to everybody. Last time I think we had a case where we had to do a 2-parter.
Yeah, that was definitely the case.
Is that the first time or the second time?
I think
I
it
think
was
it's
actually
like
both.
the third time.
No, I think the second time you actually just divided up the stream in half
Maybe.
for the YouTube.
It might have been a case. I think what happened is that I had to split record. At some point, we're gonna have to take a break today, and of course, my stylus pen is not working for some unholy reason today. It might be a Fire Alpaca thing. Let me see if I can get Clip Studio to load up. Because when I'm tapping on it, I need the draw. Why are you going to the other screen? Okay. I can't do the draw instructions if you're on the other screen. What are you doing? Why are you like this?
Your tablet's just like, fight me in the trenches.
Does this... Okay, going to Wacom.
In the air.
This means that this is a Wacom.
On the ground. On the floor. On the ceiling. We shall do battle.
Okay.
At dawn we ride.
Options.
I wish that like the whole rigging aspect could like do multiple emotions at once, because that would be perfect for this.
I mean, yes, we technically can, but Spirit would have to be the one controlling the emotions.
Never mind that.
I do not have the brain
Yeah,
cells
right?
to draw and do instructions as well as.
That takes way too many brain cells, and there's only one, and it's only being shared by literally everybody in the company, so
Yeah,
yeah.
there's other ways of doing PNG tubers, but the way we're doing it right now, yeah.
This is fine. This is fine.
Why you be like this? I could technically do it the old-fashioned way, where I basically use it as a USB tablet. It'll just
With the mouse?
No, with where I move over the screen and change the window capture.
Hashtag old school mouse.
Let me go ahead and see. I might be able to pull this off. Let's see if I can do this.
I believe in you.
We're just gonna move over to the other screen.
Please.
Do you want to put on the technical difficulty screen? We
Yeah,
have one.
sure. I don't know if the audio setup is a thing, but
Let's. I mean you might as well use it.
Okay, we'll be right back, folks.
There. I can't pat you right now, but you can sense the emotion behind it as I laugh at your face.
The mouse paid off your tablets because it wants to be used. Use the little transition thing on the side of Streamlabs.
I'm working on it. You made the fancy setup, and I am too simple-minded for this. Drawing program capture, unlock, scale down.
How's everyone doing in the chat? How are you guys doing today?
Isabel, I thought you were going to look at stuff with pictures of people in fursuits and giving your opinion on them. No, that's not a bad thing.
Glad you guys are doing great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm dropping the first image into no mic for the sake of my co-hosts. Thank you all for your patience.
Oh, thank God.
So, let's see if I can do this the old-fashioned way, because this is apparently how we be doing it now nowadays. Is I'm going back to the olden days of when I had to use a USB tablet, but we can make it work. So we'll go ahead. I'll get the timer up. So back in my day, I haven't used one in years.
Back in my day, I had to use a mouse.
I haven't
I
used a mouse.
remember having used a mouse.
I still use a mouse.
I haven't
on
used
occasion.
a mouse since 2013, okay? I've been using tablets for a while.
I'm a dual wielder, fear me!
I got my first tablet in 2015.
I got my tablet like 15 years ago. I don't know. I've only gone through one.
Okay, let's see here. So we're gonna
I only have a new one because of Spirit.
We're gonna be going left to right. Yeah, you're welcome. But we'll go ahead. We're going left to right here. So it's gonna be Spring, Christy, and me. You guys have a second to look at the character in the chat, and yeah. So I'll go ahead and start the timer. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Spring.
Oh, sorry. You didn't say start.
Are you ready? I'm about to start.
Oh, yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yes, I'm ready.
Starting in 3, 2, 1.
All right. So, I really just looking at Barbara off the bat. Love curves. Curves nice. Fluffy girl, cuddle girl. Love. I'm in love with this. I think if I were to, I freaking love this design just in general. I think if I were to do anything to try and pop it, which I know is not really like a phrase, I would try and do some markings around the eyes, just to draw your eyes to it. To like, I love the green. I just think like because you have some white in the fingers and the toes and the ears, maybe like some dots or some lines there, just to bring your attention there, or even like under the neck, just something to bring your eyes there. That would be my thoughts. Animechristy.
Okay, so I love the thickness, mostly because I myself am pretty thick. But there's not really much that I'd say about this character that is, bad. If anything, I think this is a really nice design, but maybe I'd take like the main fur and just make it a shade or two lighter in like the grayscale, just so like the hair kind of like how do I say it? Like it contrasts against like the
It's not
body.
blending.
It blends too much. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm basically trying to say. It's like it's kind of hard to differentiate. But then again, I've also seen like people complain about like, oh well, what's the point of having hair if it's not the same color as like the main fur and blah blah blah. So I don't really know what I'm saying. It's been a while since I've had to critique an OC, and now I feel bad. Spirit.
Well, I'm kind of in the same boat as Spring. I think speaking from a more technical design aspect, one of the major factors that we learn, at least, and this is me, y'all are about to get the art school experience here when I talk about what I learned in the animation program. But a big thing that we learn is that, well, for one, this character design is actually really solid because, aside from a few minor things, the character operates on a triad, which means that the character has a limited set of colors. And I do agree with Spring a little bit that the readability and the focal points are a little bit difficult to go to. So, a focal point in art and design is the place where you want to draw the eye, and in a character, the core aspect there is the face. So I feel like for the sake of readability, the character could really benefit either just from some subtle markings on the eyes to give a little bit more lightness to the face, or maybe one around the mouth, like just a subtle white marking around the muzzle. It doesn't have to be too much, but I feel like it would be good to help not only distinguish the character's expression, but also draw the eye to the face. Because I do agree with Christy. The fur is a little bit dark for the sake of readability, which isn't a bad thing. It's a little bit of a check and balance when it comes to darker furred characters. Is just that's one of the things that comes with it. But I think
Okay.
it's pretty solid, honestly. I think if
Yeah,
you wanted
because
more readability, lightening it up, either changing adding something in order to make the mouth more readable, like a white marking on the muzzle, will help. Or you can just lighten the fur tinge, like a tinge, just so that the line work is more readable. Or even you can just make the line work a light color with it.
Oh, yeah.
I can't do that
I
here, but
apologize.
I mean it's
I
fine.
I just Yeah, I apologize. Like, I finally, like, my brain decided to work again, and it's like,
Welcome.
I'm also watching the stream on my phone, right? And based on, like, how the character is, like, far away, it's kind of hard to, like, see, the hair and, like, the, body. So, that's why I'm, like, saying, like, okay, maybe, give it more contrast. That way, it doesn't, like, blend in from far away.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yes.
Well, and even like an ombre on the hair might help with that, but I think, yeah, we are at the
Ba
end of our timer. So
Ba
thank you for your
Barbara
donation.
Barbara is a cuddly shadow.
I love it.
Would
I
cuddle.
really do love it, though.
10 out of 10,
So
very
cuddle.
cuddly. A very good start off to our day.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead. I need to refresh the donation history for Streamlabs. Hang on. Oh, we had someone who donated $50. No ref, just a donation. Thank you very much.
Aw.
Aw. That's so nice. I was wondering, it's like I just looked at like the donation bar from my phone and it's like, oh, $61. Oh boy, we're gonna have a lot today.
Okay, so this one's formatted a little bit. This is a very long slash wide ref, so I'll go ahead and I'm going to post it in the recording room for your guys' visual reference, but for the sake of the audience, I might have to zoom in on a particular spot.
Iggy.
So I'm going to focus on the this particular section here, the front and the back. Let me zoom out just a tinge. Okay.
Put this in a program so I can see it. New, enhance the cuddle.
Okay. I think I'll get the timer set up. And I think folks on stream can see it.
I'm ready. When let me know when we're starting.
If you're ready, I'll go ahead and get us started in 3, 2, 1.
3.
It's your turn.
Okay, I heard 3 and then nothing. So
I counted down, so Discord might have cut off. I'll reset the timer. Let's try this again. Let's hope that Discord doesn't screw it up. Starting in 3, 2, 1.
All right. This lovely character, Sam, I believe their name is. We say something good, something nice. I actually really like the color palette. I don't like normally I don't think I would like the color palette of this, but I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Your fluffy boy. Wait, hold on. Let me check pronouns. Yes, they, he. Cool, cool, cool. Things I might change or alter. Um, maybe this is just me personally. Maybe not green armpit hair and nipples. It's just me. Dude, I mean, like, you do you, boo. And it's nice razzle dazzle, but it just it's like a superhero costume. I can't. I love it.
The entire group is.
Are you okay? Should I go on?
Go ahead.
Do you think she'll be okay?
She'll be fine.
I actually didn't notice like the green like armpit hair. I was more focused on Oh god, I shouldn't say that because somebody's going to take that out of context and just twist it against me. But I am in agreement. I just think there could be a little less marking in that front too, like just a little bit less. Like I know that there's like 6 like dots that are pointing towards the lower area that I don't think they need to be added, but I do agree with Spring and like the color palette. I enjoy the color palette. Something about like monochromatic colors, especially if it's like a cooler monochromatic tone with like a big like bright primary color like green or well technically it's not a primary color. Is it a primary color?
It's a secondary color.
You know what? Huh?
It's a secondary color.
Yeah, secondary color. Like just bright colors in general, like pinks and greens and reds and whatnot. I love like when characters do that. I just think it looks lovely in that regard. But yeah, maybe let's focus on the some of the more Spirit, go ahead.
Well,
I can't even say it.
I think speaking from the aspect of someone who's a little bit more familiar with the tropes in the furry fandom, I think I don't really have any note on the fluff in the underarms, but I will say something is that I think that the markings here on the stomach are actually meant to be nipples. And that's a
Yeah.
very common trope in furry art, so I think one thing, and this is just me, speaking from a design aspect, is that especially if you're wanting to get this character into made into like a fursuit or something like that, this is a very complicated character, and while it's very solid for a green color palette, especially green is very difficult to work with from my experience. But I feel like it would be for the better if you're to choose either one type of marking, not both. So either the spots or the stripes. Another very minor change I made, and I know this is probably a matter of personal preference, is adding symmetry to the eyes, mostly for the aforementioned reason of readability and focal points. So adding the lighter kind of, I guess it's more of a yellow, will help draw the eye to the face, and since it is different enough from the other greens on the rest of the design, it will stand out and make the character's face more readable. One thing I will say is that I feel like this lighter gray here isn't made, there isn't a whole lot of this particular gray here in comparison to the white. And I'm sure it's probably added there to break up the monotony of the white in order to also emphasize the white on the face. But I feel like if there was a way to incorporate that more, that would help with the character design. I'm not sure how, but maybe it could be a case where maybe instead of having green spots on the shoulders, you could have gray, like not gray stripes, but kind of a strip, and that's the timer. But ultimately, it's a character design that I feel is very solid. There isn't a whole lot that needs to be made. It's just a very complicated character that would probably need simplification if you're wanting to get any form of commissions or physical work made of them. But yeah, very solid character design.
Twist just DM'd me an old quote that I actually forgot about until now, and I don't want to say it on stream.
Save it until after the stream. We'll cover it later.
Yes.
Thank you for your donation.
Thank you.
Okay, so currently we do not have any remaining donations, so we'll go ahead and give folks a few minutes to, if you guys want to, you guys can send in donations. But other than that, we'll just, I suppose we can wait for a little bit. If we don't get any donations by the hour, I guess we'll figure something out.
Whee!
Still mad that my tablet's deciding, my tablet evolved just backwards.
It went back.
I have this like 16-inch screen tablet, and it's decided today that it wants to be. It's decided today that it would rather be a USB tablet, so. Luckily, I've done enough where I've kind of drawn blind enough to where I still have a feeling of it, but it's just. Yeah. Little thumbs up.
Little thumbs up. If I had my current like drawing finished today in some way, shape, or form, I would like donate money in order to have the OC critiqued. In other words, just trash me. But
I mean, if we really
unfortunately,
wanted to, I've got an entire folder of characters on my desktop that we could rip a new one, but I also have. I'd rather dedicate this to the people who actually donate rather than us just killing time. So right now,
yeah,
right now
Yeah.
we'll just have drawings. A very cursed
draw
chibi.
time, draw time. I always love your chibi drawings, though, Spirit. It's just so fun. Oh, spring. Did I show
Yeah.
you like I recently got a new phone and whatnot, and I added Spring to my contact, or not Spring. I added Spirit to my contacts and used the best image ever as
Oh,
her icon.
It's jumping the shark with style.
very nice.
Yes,
Very nice.
No thoughts,
I'm
head
keeping
empty.
that forever. I'm keeping that forever, no matter what. Like, what future art. Like, it's going to be like 5 years from now, and it's still going to be that picture.
Yeah, you're allowed to donate more than one character at the moment since we don't have any other donations in right now.
Yes. Do it.
Oh, thank you for the donation, Wojir.
Wee.
Thank you. I'm just staring at my phone, just watching the silence.
Stare intensifies.
I'll have more later. Moji, thank you, Mojir, for your donation. Please don't worry, man. Any, like, anything helps.
E.
Yeah.
I'm doing teeny weeny drawings. This is teeny weeny.
Teeny weeny.
But
Teeny
the
weeny
the
bikini.
attitude in this alone is just like, eh.
Okay, I'm gonna promoting some stuff.
Okay, so question for the ClovenCast. So we have a Majir sent in $2. I think our minimum was $5, correct?
I'll allow it.
Okay, let me delete the sassy pose and we'll let me get back to Streamlabs.
At this moment, because we do not have a lineup, I will allow it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of weird though. I remember like every time we did RAMCon, we would have like a backlog, but this is the opposite.
Okay, copy image. Ooh, we got something cool, guys. You're gonna like this.
Oh
Yeah?
boy. Oh
What?
boy.
Here we go. Oh. Oh, I see a fun color palette.
Okay, and I'll drop it in the no mic in a moment.
We're at 69.99. Nice.
For reference, for those in the chat, we're
Hey.
currently we have a little Discord room where we do our recording sessions, so we have a little dedicated channel for this. But yeah, let me go ahead. I'll zoom in on it and get a slightly closer look. I'm afraid with the cropping, I'm gonna just have to. I want to show as much as possible to the peeps on stream, so
Oh wow, that is cool.
let me just double check. Okay, it's on screen, and I'll get the timer set up. You guys ready?
Okay.
All right. Spring in 3, 2, 1.
All right. Um, something nice. This is a cool character. Just in general, I could see something like this being in some kind of like webtoon or something, just cool. Um, Something I'm not fully grasping is the side view. There's a cut in the wing, but then in the back view, there's no like line. I don't know if this is just like because the art was drawn like this and it's just not there, or if if it was just an oop, I don't. So I'm a little confused on that part. Um, I don't have anything. I can't think of anything. Also, the tail fluff is two different sizing. Unless you can like make can your character like hide like your tail just shrinks like closes and the fluff goes in it because that'd be really cool.
I
Never
think that's
mind.
more just a
'Cause
reference sheet discrepancy, Spring.
yeah, it's probably just a reference sheet thing, but now I'm thinking of a tail like the feathers just suck in, which would be really cool. Oh, when you get mad and they pop out. Um, but yeah, that of Animechristy.
Yeah. Well, I really, really like the color palette. I'm a huge fan of like purples and like golden yellows. However, I think the one thing like about the color palette I kind of don't really enjoy as much is just the cyan in general. It's really, really bright, and I think it's a little too bright for this character. I don't know what color I'd replace it though with. But I like the character though, like in general. Also, he's a grandpa. He's 92.
Aw.
He's an ancient grandpa. I, I like that idea though. Like most people when they like make furiosies,
She.
they normally she?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a grandma. I'm this
It's okay.
idiotic.
You're looking on your phone.
Yes, yes, I am. On
Tiny
my
font.
phone and at my like main screen, and it's like two different colors. Spirit.
Yeah. Sorry, I got a case of the yawns. Okay, so I actually really dig the character design. It's clearly operating on the aspect of a secondary color wheel triangle. So basically, there's the red, yellow, and blue triad, and then there's the secondaries, which is purple, green, and orange. So I think this is a really good direction to take with this. I know it seems a little bit bright. One thing I'm going to speak from on a more technical aspect when it comes to reference sheets. And obviously this one still has a color reference, so it's good. It's got that covered, but I'm having a little bit of issue with regards to clarity if this is lighting or if it is some sort of marking. So, what I would recommend is that one, your reference sheet should probably have a flat front view and back view with the wings stretched out to better show not only any scars or markings, but it will also give a better idea of how the markings on the belly and the back reside. So, especially when it comes to designing furry characters, gradients and shading in general are kind of no-goes for creating ref sheets. You really want to have it be straight up flat characters and defined shapes. Speaking from the technical aspect, this character doesn't have a whole lot, like, I don't see many issues because it is a very solid color palette. I think the cyan is probably something that works a little bit better in practice when it comes to like if you were applying it to a physical piece of art rather than digitally. But that's more or less just me saying I'm not sure how, like if that is some sort of airbrushed gradient that the fur pattern has or what. But ultimately, just as a recommendation for ref sheets, clarity is key, especially for characters that have wings or special markings on the front or back. But ultimately, that's my perspective. That is the end of our timer. So thank you again for your donation, Majira.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'll go ahead and grab the next one. Spring, is this cheating?
Heck, we got another donation.
What?
We have a donation from a Spring Heart Arts.
Who's that?
I don't know.
Yeah, really. Who is that? Springheart too? No, we got Springheart here.
Yeah, I'm Springheart. I don't know who this Springheart Arts is. Might have to sue them for copyright infringement.
Sue them for trademark infringement.
Yeah. What is this? Who's that? No,
Yeah,
okay.
we got a rogue Emma.
You give me their information. I'm coming for them.
Character theft, I say.
How dare! Review me like one of your French furries.
Okay, I guess this is just gonna be me and Christy then, unless you want to critique yourself.
I mean, no, I'm good.
Okay. Christy, I'll go ahead and get the timer set up then. You ready?
I think I am. Oh boy.
Okay.
So, Springheart. You see this Springheart person? I honestly don't even know what to say. I think it's... I love the colors. It's one of my other like favorite color, like complementary colors mixed with like blue and like the orange. It's a cute little OC with the little skirt and the purple as an accent with a little bit of pink. I really don't know how to like critique this OC. I'm sorry.
Come at me, brah.
I don't have anything to roast though.
I mean,
I don't have anything to roast though. It's just it's a good design. I love the design. It's cute and I just want to hug it. I can't say anything bad and I feel even worse.
You heard it
because
here
I have
first.
nothing bad to say.
I'm an it.
An
I don't have pronouns. You said it.
I'm so sorry. Spirit go before I throw myself even deeper into the graveyard.
Okay, so putting aside my personal biases because I actually really like your character Spring, there's a few things that are less like critiques and more of just me. This is me thinking out loud now that I'm looking at the character design. Is that I'm worried that a lot of the details that are provided, especially the subtle ones, might get lost in presentation. Like, when we're talking about, let's say, with your streams, we never get to see the boot design because of the way that the character is positioned. Like, even now on screen, it's only torso up. So, yeah. I'm sad because we don't get to see the cute raid boots.
So if you do watch my streams, I do sometimes like flip my character upside down. So they do get used, but fair point.
And I think so one of the things that I found is that, and this is me speaking from the perspective of someone who actually has drawn Freckles, and I have a few characters who are redhead, is that Freckles, in my opinion, like, they are there. Everybody look at them. Gaze upon the cuteness. But I do wish that they were maybe a little bit... I wish that they were a little bit bigger because in the context of a stream, like if I zoom out, you can't see them.
Okay, I know you're critiquing me, but I also want to tell you why they're that way. Because you can't see them on my actual face. Like, people actually are like, you don't have freckles on your face. I'm like, yeah, I do. They're just hiding from the sun. That's fair. I don't know how to make them bigger without making it look
for the sake of like visual clarity. No. But if you were to go, no, I don't need you. I need the particle brush. If you just have a brush with a larger particle size.
Oh no, I did these manually.
But you can like, and obviously the scatter strength on this is a little bit strong right now because I have different settings. But what you can do is you can and then you can multiply and reduce the opacity on it. And I know this isn't a very good example, but I've just found that particle brushes are really good. This is for when I do my characters with freckles, because I have like, you've seen that I have a collection of characters who have freckles, right?
Yeah.
And this be how I do it, because I don't have the patience to do it manually.
Oh, I'm tedious with freckles. Because I stare at my arm all day, right?
Bruh.
I mean, like, obviously you can't see them when you're on camera, but I also have freckling, and so does my brother and my mom, so. It's
Why
something
aren't
that's
they on your
there.
character?
They're
Shut
not.
up.
I used to have spots on my character, but I took them off because they were a pain to redraw every single time.
Okay. They're hiding from the sun. Cool.
I'm not in the cool club anymore then, because I don't have freckles.
I mean, your tea has freckles.
Okay, I can live with that. My tea has very, very big black freckles.
Ye.
There. Oh, and that's the timer. I hate that it just, like, it started randomly vibrating on my lap, and I got a ping on Discord, and I am no brain. Head empty.
Thank you for input.
You're welcome for the no brain input. No thoughts, head empty.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes.
Who be pinging me?
Probably fluff for her server.
She pinged for the charity stream. Neat.
Yay!
And I do need to double check to see really quickly because I'll need to at some point today. We'll need to take a break, so probably in the next 30 to 45 minutes we will need to take a break because there will be a one to rest our voices and two because there's going to be a scheduled change or like there's stuff going on in the
You
server.
have to switch something.
Yeah. And I'm the tech janitor, so ooh, we got another character.
Ye. Bestow upon us.
I'm working on it. I'm trying.
Amy.
I'm copying.
How dare you not dispose. Dispel! My head is currently empty. Don't mind me.
It's okay. We're all the only reason why we're even here right now is because the company brain cell's covering for us.
That sounds like a horrible idea. Oh, this is a cool OC. I feel like we've critiqued something like this though.
Well,
It
beforehand.
does
hello.
look familiar,
I
yeah.
bel- I believe someone has returned for round 2 of Electric Boogaloo.
A heart-shaped butt, though.
Oh, it's coming back to me.
Yeah, it's like this feels very, very familiar. But it's been a
Andrew.
very long time, so I can't be too sure.
Andrew, welcome back.
Welcome back to the realm of OC critique and very tired artists. Don't
I
mind
have
me,
no
I keep
excuse to
dropping
be
my
tired.
coaster.
I'm not working for RAMCon, so I have no excuse to be tired. I'm sorry, guys.
It's fine.
Let me know when we're ready.
We ready. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Starting the timer in 3, 2, 1.
All right, Andrew. Wolf, male, straight. Nice thing we say. You fluffy. I like on your legs, your hind legs, that the front view, it looks like you have wings. That is cool. Very cool. And your paws are very big, big for hugs. Love. The thing that I'm sure I said last time, let me move back from my microphone. Andrew, why do you have a heart butt that draws attention to it? Why heart butt? That brings all the girls to the yard. And they're like, it's fluffy. And round and brings attention. I mean, I know the underside of your tail is white, so it kind of makes sense, but also...
I want to comment on why
Chrissy,
this
go!
could be. I could comment on why that is a heart-shaped butt, but unfortunately,
It's a
because
thing.
because this is RAMCon and we are a PG-13 stream, I think. I can't say why. So use your imagination and ask your parents when you're 18 and older. I still love the colors and I like the markings a lot. Uh, I guess I kind of wish there was a little bit more of like of a white belly and whatnot that kind of like connects like the that connects like the white fur from the butt to the head. But we can't all have what we want, and I feel so bad. I'm making the worst like takes today, I swear. I'll try to do better. Spirit.
Okay, as the other said, I think it's a very aesthetically pleasing color palette. It's very nice to look at. This is something that might just be a discrepancy with the ref sheet, but I cannot wrap my head around why the paws are. Because this is the color of the paw pad right here. But I can't wrap my head around why it's seeming to continue up onto the rest of the paw like that, almost as if it was like wrapping around the finger. And another thing that I'm noticing, and frankly, like, there's not a lot to point out with this character because honestly, it feels just like nitpicking, but I am noticing some inconsistencies with the markings. Like, these are not here. And I think another thing just to note is that, as said before, gradients are very difficult to work with. So just be wary when you're working on stuff like that.
Spirit, what you circled just now was not on stream, so you might want to scroll down
Okay, I'll scroll down a little bit.
on alpaca.
So these markings here are not present on the other view. Like, they don't seem to wrap around, they just seem to stop. Which, granted, yeah, is probably just a result of the artist, but it's just something to keep in mind. And another thing that I am noticing now that I'm looking at it more is that the way the legs are structured on this side is different from the way the legs are structured on this side, because here you have a very human-esque kind of structuring that's near plantigrade, while this one is very digitigrade, which is okay. Some people get rough sheets that have that option for the sake of variety, but if you're doing a turnaround, the consistency is really key, because again, I'm not seeing, like, we have this whole thing with the white over here and it isn't showing up here. So it's, especially if it was presented to an artist like myself, like if someone wanted to commission me, I wouldn't be sure what does the owner of the character want? Do they want this gradient or do they want the solid? And I think that's just
I also
go ahead.
sorry, the black on the back, the little like so there's the white uh the whiskers and then there's a black part. That's not on the front. Like I don't the shape's not the same.
Yeah, over here.
Hmm.
And it's
Yeah,
not
there's an
present here.
inconsistency there.
Which, that's just something that needs to be noted, is that when you're presenting timer, generally speaking, if you're wanting to get commissioned from an artist, you need to present consistency or at least make a clarification on which design aspect you want. And I know it's sometimes a result of an artist, or just you want your ref sheet to be consistent with all turnarounds. You can't have too many changes. But thank you again for your donation, and we'll go ahead and move on to the next person.
I still think the art's cute though.
It is very cute.
Yeah, no,
Like, we
But-
had
It's
the fact
fluffy.
that we had to find nitpicks just to have something to talk about should be indication that it's a very solid design.
Yes.
Okay, we have another one. Copy image. Beaming it up to the recording room for you guys. And this is for a species that I actually haven't seen before, so this will be interesting.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay, place. And we'll go ahead. I'm going to zoom in just a tinge so that folks can see it. I'll get the timer ready. Spring, you ready?
Uh-huh.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1.
All right. Silva. Silva, yes.
Shiva?
Shivas, thank you. My brain did not read right. Thank you. Thing I like about this character, you got cool glowy stuff all over. Like on the paw print, you have glowing horns and the mouth. That's really like that's cool. Like again, I don't know what this species is either. But I'm all here for these cool glowy parts. Um, I think if I were to crit like critique thing, um, I maybe would integrate the glowy that color, the uh gold color maybe a bit more throughout the design.
Maybe
Because
even
it's
just on the
you have like a
claws.
warm no you have like a warm no I think on one paw's fine because I feel like that's probably like some kind of plot or story behind that. But you have a cold um palette and then you have like this glowing kind of like especially you can see with the mouth it's like a warm kind of palette. Um so yeah, that would be my kind of thing is to kind of integrate that, I guess. Let's do Animechristy.
Okay, so I would definitely agree with Spring, like, in regards to, like, bringing out that gold a bit more, because I really like the colors that you use for, like, the character alone. However, yeah, like the gold definitely gives it a bit more of a popping edge to it that I think should be like brought in just a little bit more into the accents, especially up against like maybe the black fur and whatnot. That would be kind of cool. But that's
Hmm.
just my speculative opinion. Spirit?
Okay, so I'm currently looking at the character, and I think the big thing that I want to bring up is the prospect of color triads and solid character color design. Is that so ultimately I think this character has a very nice look to them, and unfortunately with the nature of the way that things are, the fact that there's a bunch of glowing cyan, which I'm gonna have to use yellow for this, there's a bunch of glowing cyan here, which is drawing the eye away from the face, which is where you really want the focus to be, unless it's a matter of the glowing part being another focal point. So if you're creating alternative focal points, it's still best to prioritize the face, since that is the point of expression. But having the like, if this is something that is very important, then yes, you can keep it in. But I would recommend moving more glowing aspects to the face itself. Maybe you can have this cyan color kind of be up here in the hair or something like that. Or another thing that you may want to consider is that I also agree on integrating the warm color more into the character. My thought process would be to maybe have it as a subtle thing and integrate it into like the claws. Just the claws. It doesn't have to be the paw pads. But that way it would be like you can have it, and I know this is really rough here, but just having golden claws to not only distribute it more, but really quickly talking about the concept of color triads and the integration of character design. Is color triads the core to making a character that is consistent, is keeping to as few colors or variants as possible. So especially here looking at the eye color, that is a lot of colors for an area that is ultimately very small. And it's not as much an issue when it's in a small area, but it will be more difficult to replicate. So when it comes to working with neutral colors, so white, black, and gray are considered as neutral colors, but they can be considered as part of the triad. So here, your primary is the black. So we'll do the black up here. And you seem to have white as your secondary and gray as a tertiary, with the gold as a secondary tertiary and the cyan as a secondary primary. So what I would recommend, you don't have to take... Shut up, timer. I'm going to continue with this. You don't have to take away the gold, but what I think you need to do is you need to further distribute your colors, because the gray is there, obviously breaking stuff up, which is good, but ultimately just maybe cut back on the number of colors you have in the eye here, and see if there is a way that you can get more attention drawn to the face. But other than that, it's a very cool character design. I love me some glowing cyan. Thank you for donating.
Thank you.
And let's see, who is next up on the docket?
Who's next up on the chopping block? I'm kidding.
Okay,
Please
we have
donate.
a 3D character model this time around.
Ooh.
Ooh. Do we get to finally do a VTuber critique?
I don't think this counts as a VTuber. I think it might be more something like Second Life or VR Chat, where it's like a character avatar that you use in a game.
Ah, okay. Well, this will be interesting. Isn't this a first for us?
I think we've done 3D stuff in the past, but nothing like this.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I'm gonna
yes.
try. And... Spirit, is that an evil laughter, or...
That's not me, that's Spring.
Or Spring, sorry!
Okay, here's the jar. You gotta put $1 in it, because you mixed us up.
Okay.
We
All
should
right,
start
let me,
that. That should become like a swear jar. Every time people mix us up, they have to do something.
And we'll raise money for you and I to see each other one day.
But we'll go ahead.
Alright, let's...
Spring, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1.
Use the force, dragon. Use the force. I, I love that you're. It looks more like a water texture than that, but very amusing. I like that this dragon's wearing armor. That's cool. Dragon armor's cool. 10 out of 10. This is a first. We've never done 3D characters before, so it's giving me a second. Something I would change. Okay, those are horns. Maybe, and you probably can't change it because it's a 3D thing. And this might be pre-made, but maybe a different helmet, so that we can see the eyes. That would be my critique. Because I can't see her eyeballs. I know there's like one, it looks like there's one in the middle. That might also be a jewel of the helmet. But I can't tell. Animechristy?
Okay, so... I don't have, like, a lot to say on the matter either, but... I like the little, like, details and emblems, but I think it's a little too much, but maybe not too much for a 3D character. If I were to try to translate that design into 2D, and try to, like, make a piece of fan art for this character, I would be having nightmare flashbacks to that one time when I tried to draw Bayonetta. Because this character kind of brings back Bayonetta vibes for me. And I love Bayonetta, but I would never draw her again.
It's fair.
Spirits?
Yeah, admittedly, I'm also kind of at a loss here because the thing is when it comes to critiquing character designs, is that 3D models, especially in the context of a character creator like a game, you're kind of limited on the pieces that you have to work with. So I can't really talk too much about the fundamentals here, but what I will say, I'm in the same boat as Christy, is that if you are wanting to get this character drawn, or if you're wanting to have them if you're wanting to have them drawn or wanting to commission an artist, a big thing that you need to know. Plate armor and dragons are very complicated characters in general, concepts or things to draw in general. They take a really long time to draw and redraw. They have a lot of layers, and getting the volumes correct is not always easy. And this is speaking personally from the experience of someone who draws knights all the time because I'm a fantasy artist. Especially when it comes to I'll scroll down a little bit so that make sure people can see. You guys can see the tail, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it too.
Okay, so especially with little links like this, having very complicated stuff, very complicated designs, or multi-layered plating is very difficult for artists to replicate, and it's also very expensive. So this is just something to keep in mind. Honestly, the character is fine from the looks of the engine. I don't really have anything to critique fundamentally, but I'm just going to let folks know that this is something to keep in mind when it comes to critiquing artists, critiquing characters, as well as creating characters to be commissioned, is that you're always going to want to keep in mind the price and the time, because the more complicated, especially with armor, weapons, dragons, and anything with wings, it's going to be more expensive. But other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say. Any final thoughts, guys? I think that basically summed up our ideas.
I have the high ground.
What?
Start
you,
panicking,
Anakin?
Anakin. I don't have a planikin.
Hello there.
But yeah, that's the timer, so I'll go ahead
to go
and
home
copy
and
over the
rethink your
next.
life. I want to go
Also,
home
I
and
donated.
rethink my life.
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I
Amen.
threw
my
in
death stick?
$1 for the swear jar. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, did you actually donate it to the stream?
Yes.
You know what? That's the
Yeah.
swear. That will be the swear jar, so to speak. Every time someone mistakes one of us, they have to donate to our stream.
Yep.
Like, you gotta donate $1.
We darling.
Well, here's the thing, though. I knew what I wanted to say, but unfortunately, like, I don't have a spoon for, like, saying what I want my brain to say. If that makes sense.
That is fair,
Like,
but you're not the only one who does this.
I know, it's been a lifelong thing with me, though.
Okay.
Okay, so
It's like every time somebody tells me left, I go right.
really quick thing. So I'm just gonna give you guys fair warning. We're gonna go for about another 20 minutes, and then we will take. How does a 10-minute break sound for you guys?
Sounds good.
So I'm gonna go ahead. Let me refresh Streamlabs, just to see how many donations we have left after this. Okay. So yeah, we have a few donations, but we'll go ahead and we'll get started on this one. So, Spring and Christy, are you ready?
Yeah, do it.
All right, starting
I am
in
ready.
3, 2, 1.
All right. So I can't read what your name is. I think it's Inca. If I even enhancing, unfortunately the font is It's a little pixelated, so I can make out the word female. So, lady. Um, n Positive. We start with that. I like the colors. They soft. They make my brain go burr. I'm kind of like this weird. I don't know if it's like a like a bone like collar that has like a little I think it's called like a pompadour thing attached to it. Like the fluff on the front. Like I don't know if that's actual fluff or if that's like fabric. Either or, I'm liking that vibe going on right there. It makes it looks you look like one hell of whatever your species is because I unfortunately can't read. Uh, I think you're a dragon, but I can't read the font, unfortunately. Um, Thing that I would critique per se. Um, the I, I'm not sure on the the feet. Um, I don't know how to. They look like at least, and this is probably going into I'm trying not to. It's probably a skill. I don't know what the species is, but they look like to me they look like pig feet. So they might that might be what they're supposed to look like, but I I don't. They're probably supposed to look like that. I don't. I don't have anything. I got nothing. Animechristy, please save me.
Honestly, I'm kind of with the spring on this one. I feel like based on the art itself, like how it's
Hooves.
been presented. Yeah,
That's the word
like
I was failing. Thank you,
yes.
stream.
I feel like in this context of like the character, I feel like it needs to be more quadruped based, but rather than bipedal. Because I don't know how to describe it either. It's kind of hard to explain based on like an artist's interpretation versus like the
Hmm.
intention, and it's very difficult to articulate that type of thing because maybe this character is meant to be bipedal and it just needs to be interpreted and reconstructed in a different way. Uh, Spirit.
Yeah, I'm currently looking at the character, and I personally, for me, and this is just me, is I'm having a little bit of a difficulty wrapping my head around what's going on. I'm not sure if the character is wearing a suit or if the red is something that is part of their skin or what's going on. I think it's definitely a case where it's very much a personal taste situation. It's
I think
honestly
it's a
I have
jumpsuit.
it's a jumpsuit.
It looks, I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Okay. Yeah, I think this is more just speaking from a technical aspect here when it comes to reference sheets is so that when you have a character that has dark colors, especially like I can barely see the tail has like a little heart spear kind of thing going on at the end of it, like a little whatever you would call it. But more from a technical note, if you have a darkly colored character, lightly colored backgrounds for the ref sheets, that's a lot better route to go because otherwise people will not be able to see it. I can't really say much about the concept of shape language or like how to distribute the colors because honestly I'm not entirely sure what the original base is versus what is supposed to be going on. So I think if my recommendation would be is just to maybe try again and do a bit of a clarification and maybe see if you can or at least include notes. Unfortunately, the ref sheet is a little too blurry for us to see. It's a little too pixelated, but maybe like if it is a jumpsuit, have a version that's the timer. Have a version without the jumpsuit and a version with the jumpsuit, but other than that, I don't really have a whole lot to say about it. So Thank you for your donation.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
I do like the hole in the heart. That was cool.
That is a really cool aspect. I think that's something I would keep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ooh, we got an interesting one here. Let me go ahead and copy paste it.
More interesting than lightsaber dragon?
It's floofy.
Dun dun dun. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna need a
I'm posting it in the recording room.
thank you. How do you donate? Well, my friend, just scroll down to the widgets. And there's a cool triceratops with sunglasses ready to receive your donation.
Just as a
The
note, if you're
wonderful
wanting to have your
widgets of
character
Oz.
critiqued, please include a link to your character reference sheet in the donation message.
Ethan, thank you.
The wonderful widgets of Oz.
Dun, 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 dun,
Excuse me.
dun, dun. Oh, dang.
That's just where my brain went.
And I accepted it.
Oh wow. This
Okay.
is
Oh,
definitely an interesting character. I love it.
wow.
You guys ready?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1.
Neon colors, baby. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Okay. I like neon. Yes. Yes. You come. We go on a rave. I sit on your back and we go raving. I get some glow sticks. Yeah. Yeah. Fun times. Fun times. I love it. I love me. You're okay. I mean, this is up there with lightsaber dragon. Okay. Um. Also, you got purple in there. I like me purple. Purple, nice. I'm running over my words, which means I really like your character. um, thing change. Wow, I've lost the English language. Thing I would change, or like maybe I'm a little unsure of. Um, on the side view, there is. Oh no, never mind. I know what that is. That green is where the wing would be. Um, so that's what that is. Uh, I would maybe um interpret if you're going to have green, um maybe have a bit more of it distributed through the character. Um, 'Cause it's so good. It pops. Your eyes are like, hi. Yeah, Animechristy.
Sorry, I was trying to help somebody out on the chat. Anyways, all right. So first, nice thing I need to say, I really like the face. I want to squish those cheeks and give. I want to pet this character and just hug it and squeeze it, even if it doesn't like it, because I have a feeling it would not like it. But it's very very floofy, and I like it in that aspect. But in terms of neon, like the neon colors, I would adjust the blue, like the main blue part of the body, because it feels a little too saturated for my eyes, especially up against like the neon colors, because the neon colors is fine if it's an accent, but if it's like your main primary thing, it I don't want to offend anybody when I say this, but like it hurts my eyes a bit when there's too much going on. Spirit.
I'm kind of in the same boat as Christy, so I'm going to go ahead and really quickly talk about the concept of visual noise. This is a concept that is discussed a lot in it's 100 level classes specifically for art and design. But I do agree. The blue is very strong. It's not as strong as it could be. I feel like if you were to just take it a few more notches to the left, just a little bit, that would help with the issue of simultaneous contrast, if I recall correctly. So simultaneous contrast is the principle when you have either a pattern or colors which contrast so much that it creates almost a visual vibration, and it's very difficult to look at for a while. In the case of this character, it's not too bad because you don't have a lot of high patterns or a lot of like you don't have like blue and then green and blue and green. Like if it was like blue and there was stripes all over the place or something like that, then yeah, it would definitely be a lot more of an issue. So the fact that you have solid colors is already a good start. What I would recommend is so looking at the wings is where the matter of simultaneous contrast really clicks in. I think it might be a good idea to consider maybe reducing the amount of patterning on the wings just a little bit. That's not the right color. Let me. In order to not only make it easier to redraw, but also to reduce that visual vibration. And maybe this is just me. I have sensitive eyes, but it's a principle that we worked on a lot in my design classes when I was in first year. Another thing too is that with the hair, I'm noticing that certain core aspects of the face blend into the hair a little bit. So I would recommend maybe is seeing if you can find a way to distinguish the hair from the face. Like maybe even if you wanted to, you could add a green streak in the hair. And this is me just thinking out loud here, but if you had a way to kind of distinguish it so that the face doesn't fall within the hair, because this nose bridge in particular has it, but that is the timer.
So they're saying in the chat that it's loosely based on a blue jay, so that's why there's all that detailing in the feathers.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
I will just point out, as I mentioned with the other people previously, that's going to be very difficult to replicate or very expensive to redraw, so just something to be aware of.
Yeah. Oh, I just made a sale on Etsy. Yay!
Hey!
Yay!
Ooh.
Confetti.
Ooh, we have a neat thing. Okay, I think this is going to be the last one we do before we go on break.
Mm-hmm.
But we have a neat character. We have a robot. A robot.
What? A robot? The beep boop. Give me the beep boop. Does he do they transform?
I think it's a Transformers character.
Is it a beast machine? Oh, I gotta. Oh, I'm excited.
Oh boy.
Someone said ye.
All right, so I'll go ahead. I think can you guys see it on screen?
Yes.
I see it.
Okay, so I'll pull up the timer. You guys ready?
Mhm.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1.
Boy, oh boy! You delivered me a beast machine. I don't know if it's actually a beast machine, but the nostalgia feels I have right now. Yes, I could see this in that very old school 3D style of beast machines. Yep, 120 million%. Even the color palette, yes, just I love it. Um, the only thing I'm gonna really critique is the tail on the beast form. Oh, it is a beast machine. Oh, yes, you've delivered me. Thank you. Thank you for clarifying in the chat. The only thing I'm little like is so you've got like a little like the tail like kind of balls, and then there's like a couple spikes coming out of it. So I'm a little unsure of why it's doing that. That's my only I don't know, sort of thing. I'm not sure of what your animal is, because I don't see it. Keith, I thought, yeah, I'm not sure. That it only because there's only two of them, right? So I'm a little unsure of why it's there. Because you have a bunch of spikes and then like two baby spikes. So otherwise I love it. Animechristy.
Now, I'm not into Transformers or anything, but this does make my brain go brrrr. I really don't have much to critique. Like, it has, like, the monochromatic tones with, like, a bright neon color. Um, I do think there needs to be a bit more contrast, like, between, like, the purple colors that are chosen, just a little bit, though, because, well, maybe, I don't know, they feel like they're, like, in the same, like, not the hue, but, like, the same, like, level of like brightness within each other, except for like the last color, which is supposed to be like a darker purple. Spirit.
I'm looking at the character, and honestly, I'm failing to have many critiques as well. I think this is just an aspect of the art itself, but I can't quite wrap my head around what is going on with the back spikes, because on this side it feels like they kind of flare out, almost akin to wings, but on this version it feels like it's like one big set of spines, like a Spinosaurus. So an aspect that you can do with that, and I don't know if my paint bucket tool is gonna work with this, but let's give it a good old college try. Okay, that works a little bit. Is that if you're wanting to create a sense of depth of field, you can have a slightly darker color, which will help distinguish foreground from background. I honestly don't have many issues with this whole thing, because it is a case where the character changes and has different forms. One thing I am having a little difficulty seeing is that there's certain aspects, like let me make that a little bigger, like this wheel shape, which doesn't seem to be present here. And there's certain aspects to the shape language in the padding which doesn't translate as much, which granted that might just be a case of stylistic choice, but like there's certain things that I'm seeing like here that aren't showing up here, and I feel like if you were able to tighten in and make them a little bit more similar, obviously they're similar enough to where it can be told that they are kind of one and the same, but it almost feels more like an owner kind of character with a pet that is designed to be similar to them. Like you know that kind of trope that you see a lot in the old cartoons, kind of back in the day, where it was something that was made to be similar enough to where it would be recognizable for merchandising. I think if you were to bring some of the core aspects, and either you can either reduce the amount of detail, because the way that these work is that it's this section to this section to this section, which translates to this. So I think if you were to add like this inner thigh aspect and maybe this plating to the stomach, it would help clarify that a little bit more, rather than making the beast form feel more like an accessory, if that makes sense. But other than that, I don't have many issues with this. So that is our timer. So we're going to go ahead. We are going to take a break. If my co-hosts would like to go on to mute for a little bit, we'll probably take a quick bathroom break, a quick stretch. Thank you guys all who have donated so far. We'll be getting to anyone else who may have donated who we haven't gotten to yet. Anyone who is currently waiting to have their OC critiqued, we will get to you in about 10 minutes. And this is the kind of the last chance to send in a donation if you haven't already. So be sure to get those in, and we will be back at 10. You know, we'll do it at 5 at the hour, just so we have a little bit more time. So we'll see you guys back at 3:55 Eastern Daylight Time.
Here, B.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, ladies, gents, and non-binary friends.
Meow.
Meh.
Meow. Meow, see?
Yeah,
Meh.
see?
Gonna review your OC, see?
Meh.
Gonna accept our love and our reviews,
Meh. Goes to a good cause, see?
Mm. Only $5 a stream.
Oh my gosh, you two.
Meh.
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 Okay, I lost
Meh.
my
Someone bought our merch. Yay.
Buy our toys.
Buy our toys! Buy our merch! I lost my spot on the sheet!
Toys R Us. Get it. Got it. Good.
Didn't Toys R Us go bankrupt?
That's the US branch. Here in Canada, we have Toys R Us still.
I'm coming to Canada!
Yep.
I don't want to grow up. Nobody gonna finish that? No, I'm
I don't
sad.
know the song.
I don't know the song either.
I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid.
No, that wasn't played here. So you're on your own.
Yeah, that wasn't played on TV when I
that
was
was
a kid.
literally the song. I'm not even that much older than you are, Spirit. Come on.
Okay, here's the thing though, is that most of the commercials that I got and stuff like that were like... You remember Floam?
Oh lord. Or worse, lots and lots of trains and Shirley Temple.
I remember getting Shirley Temple more than I care to admit.
Animal crackers in my soup.
My soup.
Monkeys and rabbits loop da
Loop da
loop.
loop.
I've never wanted to strangle a fellow child as much as I did back then.
It doesn't
I
help
like
that they
that song.
advertised her so much. It's just like, the children are not going to want to watch her. It's going to be old people that want to watch her.
I mean, I liked watching old stuff like when I was a kid, but I liked the cartoons, not the freaking Shirley Temple.
I've never had animal crackers in soup, and I think that's an injustice. How does that taste? Because animal crackers are sweet. They're not cracker. It's a cookie, right?
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
cookie. It's sugary. It's a num-nums.
I'm so
yeah.
curious. Because, like, is it like you having a tomato soup where it's like a bitter soup? Like,
Well,
and
well,
it
here's
makes it nice.
Here's a question though, Spring. Have you ever seen a monkey or a rabbit loop de loop?
Yeah, a monkey on a little tricycle on a ramp.
Well, then I guess you're missing what I don't know.
Aha!
Because well, we're all missing out in that case, unless Spirit is like put animal crackers in her soup before.
I'm
Yeah.
the kind of person who puts bread in my soup. Like, not like leaving it in there, but I dip soup. I dip bread into soup.
Yes,
I get like
that's what it
zoodles
should be.
and do I haven't done that since I was little.
What's a zoodle?
A
Zoodles?
zoodle's like a zucchini noodle.
No. So like, you know, alphabet or
Oh, alphabet noodles.
alphagetti? No, alphagetti?
No.
What?
Okay, so it comes in a can. It's maybe this is a Canadian thing. It comes in a can
no.
and it's the alphabet in a tomato sauce.
Ugh.
Okay?
Sounds
But
like
also-
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, okay, it's like SpaghettiOs, but the sauce tastes better, okay? And then there's also the other option of zoodles, which are animals you would find at the zoo, and the noodles are different. They taste different than the alphabet, the ABC ones. And they're delightful and amazing. And now I want some, and I don't have a can here.
You did
Okay,
that to yourself.
You
I
know,
cursed myself.
another thing I just thought of like friggin' commercials as soon as, like you said, like zoo animals and soup or whatever. I thought of the friggin' Zoo Pals, like, paper plate commercials.
Ah, the
I
ones that
hated
have
those
like the
things.
carrots and the grapes and the dipping sauce.
Yeah, it's like, I hated that commercial as a kid.
I like
So
the plates,
much.
but they were just on TV all the time.
Yeah.
I'm being
I could feel my
candid.
soul dying every time I watch the commercials. Thank God we have DVR now.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm putting it in no mic for you. So you there, zoodles.
Yeah, that's not a thing here.
That is definitely not a thing here.
But we'll go
Well
ahead.
then,
We'll go ahead. Let's go ahead and get back. Ow, I just hit my knee on my desk. Don't mind me.
I'm laughing at your pain.
Thousands of years of evolution to become a bald monkey who hits its knees on its own equipment. Well, let's go ahead. So you guys ready? I put it in the no mic.
Yeah, is it Katie?
Yep, we're talking about the kitty.
No, it's the can of zoodles.
We're not critiquing zoodles on stream. Chrissy
Why
and I don't
not?
even have it here.
Ah, I
We
should
could
have.
critique the design of the can. That's it.
I
But
should
we're
pay
not gonna
$5 more
do that. If you want to pay $5 more for us to critique a can, do it now. Because after this, we got actual people who paid money.
We do have actual
Fine.
people that have paid
I'm joking.
very generously, and
Okay.
we do have
fine. Start-
limited time. We need to make sure we're on the
Start-
ball here.
Let's
Okay.
start the timer.
So, starting in 3, 2, 1.
Katie. You cute. You fun. You got glasses. It's nice. I like it. You look like you're going out on the town. I like it. And you got like little outfit choices on the side. I like it. I think the only thing I would critique about your OC is I would maybe brighten up the glasses color. Because they kind of blend in with your hair. Especially from afar. They're very close. Yeah. Animechristy?
Okay, so this could be taken in so many ways, and I'm trying to be like as innocent as possible when I say this. This looks like a character that like teenage me would have a crush on.
Nice.
Like she just has like this really nice aesthetic going on, and I really enjoy this character design. And I know that like this is kind of like one of those things where like people would like create an OC or represent themselves, and this feels like that kind of OC. So I'm trying to like be careful and whatnot. But yeah, your character is very cute, and I could see like teenage me having like a huge crush on her. Like, oh heck, she's that cute. Spirit.
I'm looking at the character, and honestly, I'm not seeing too many issues, in regards to, like, because it's a very solid design. I don't think there's anything that needs to be changed. I do think, Spring does have a point, maybe, and I do get the feeling this is also a personal representation character, so it's a character it's more or less a translation of yourself into either an animal or another creature. I do agree with Spring. I think maybe changing either the not the hue, but the even I'm having
Brightness?
trouble remembering this. Brightness.
The lumosity?
There's a specific term in it. Anyway, basically, you can either change it to be a darker or lighter color, or you can I would maybe consider going the route of making it a darker pink of the jacket that will keep in the color triad, as well as help it stand out a little bit more from the hair, and not be too much because it still keeps the eyes popping from the design, so it won't disappear. This is more just me spitballing and less of a, like, you need to do this, but it would be kind of neat if you could incorporate this brown color a little bit more into the design. Like maybe you could have little designs on the fingertips or something like that.
Yeah, that would be cute. Like, kind of like to match the ears and the hair.
Yeah, since it's very like it kind of has that concept of framing. It's framing a situation. So the brown is the frame and the white is the center point. But other than that, I honestly don't have anything to add. It's just a very solid character design.
And a
It's
10.
super cute.
Kitty.
10 out of 10, you
It's a
made the
cute
group
little
speechless. But thank you for your donation. We'll
Go out for coffee with Katie.
It does
Like, I
seem
would
like
love to
the type of person that would go out
coffee.
and like hang out at the coffee shop and be totally cool.
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably where, like, you know,
I bet Katie would eat
gayness
zoodles.
comes out just a little bit.
Are you just gonna critique us on not knowing what zoodles are?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's my new thing. Zoodles.
Oh my god. Okay, Spirit, I will donate $5 just so we can rip into like this noodle can design. Like at the end of the stream.
We have a few donations to get through first. If we have time at the end, we can maybe see about it, but let's focus on what we have at hand.
Okay.
So I've gone ahead and posted it in the no mic chat.
Oh, well, hello.
Oh my.
Darkness, my old friend.
Okay. You ready?
Hold on, I gotta enhance this picture. Yeah.
Okay, starting in 3, 2, 1.
All right, we got some neon again. Me liking neon. I like it. I mean, I've said that about everyone. Okay, I like neon. It's fun. It's a fun thing to do. You've got some soft colors with your neon. Um, Something I'm not quite. Also, you've got like full circles and like just ring circles. That's cool. Something I'm not fully understanding, and I don't know if this is because I can't see the back and you have like a glowy ring on the back or something, is the back of the top of the tail. It looks like there's light on it. And I'm not sure if you have another glowy circle on your back, and that's what that is, or if that is what the actual tail is supposed to, if that's just if there's a gradient on the tail in normal lighting. Um so that's something I'm just a little unsure of. Also there's
It's the light.
I'm okay. Um yeah, anime Chrissy.
Okay, well, I honestly don't really have a lot to say regarding like the character. I feel like it's a very solid design. Uh Especially with like the color scheme and whatnot, but it definitely has like this feeling of demonic, like something not of this world, and I definitely can appreciate that like a lot. I honestly don't really have a lot to say in regards that hasn't been said already, but I feel like Spirit can operate a more technical exclamation. Spirit.
Okay, so right now, you'll have to forgive me, I'm just spitballing some ideas here. So one of the things that I want to discuss here is, firstly, I do enjoy the glowing design here. I know it seems really ironic coming from the person who primarily has blue characters, but purple is a very, very comforting character for me because it's something that it's easy on the eyes and isn't too intense. But I think one of the things that I will say is that the framing of the face here with the horns, that's a really excellent choice. What I would maybe recommend is that since the scleras on the eyes are dark, maybe think about adding it to where it's to where the face is light, like this, with this lighter pink color. And I know this is really bad, I'm having a difficult time drawing it, but have the face be light, which will not only help it pop out, but it will help it pop out as well as give an example. One thing I would maybe recommend, and you can see I've kind of drawn it down here, is distributing that lighter color like you have the hooves down here. But having the lighter color distributed a little bit more throughout the design will help make it more balanced. Um, Something I'm going to bring up, and I don't think I brought it up in this stream yet, is the concept of floating shapes. And floating shapes are the aspect of a design or kind of almost like a decal that you can find on a character, which particularly it pertains to these rings and the spots. A floating shape is something that is lacking in a specific anchor point, which makes it very difficult to keep a character on model. Like, for example, if I were trying to make a 3D model of this, these would not be in the same place as this, and it's very difficult to read where those would go. Which in a single ref sheet or for art, that's a different story. But that's just something to keep in mind. Is that it's very difficult, and again with pentagrams, obviously this is meant to be more of a demonic character, which is fine. You're obviously keeping on brand with that, but just be aware that complicated designs like that will be more difficult or more expensive to replicate. And again, they are floating shapes, which makes it difficult to read where they need to be placed, as well as how they will interact with the body. So just keep that in mind when it comes to designing characters in general. Like you can see with these shoulder markings, those are anchored because they root themselves specifically at parts on the collarbone as well as the clavicle. But the spots themselves do not have a specific anchor point. Like I could not tell you if this was on the front or if this was supposed to wrap around the side. But other than that, I think this is a really solid character design. I guess only notes of critique, maybe just add more light colors to the face for the sake of clarity and readability. But other than that, I really like it. And yeah, any final thoughts, guys?
I got nothing.
Take me in your arms and let's go flying
Well,
to the realm of darkness.
And that's the timer,
The realm
so...
Realm of doom!
In the first age, in the first battle, when the darkness first lengthened, once...
Let me break some glow sticks. We'll go to the rave.
We have more Robo Boys, and this one is this one fluffy.
Fluffy Robo?
We have a fluffy Robo, and I will post him in the recording room first because I really dig this.
Oh my
Tell
gosh.
me your character's single. Single looking for
Fluffy.
characters to carry into the air. Ooh.
My characters.
Oh nose. Oh nose.
It's For the sake
Tell
of
me
the
when to
audience,
start.
Go to him.
I'm gonna
Go
zoom
to
in.
him.
All right, Spring, are you ready to gush about the boy
Yeah.
here?
Tell me when.
Go.
Oh no, he's hot.
Oh my gosh.
Jawline and the eyes. Oh my. That 10 out of 10 on that face structure. Yes. I'm assuming that this is a beast machine like the other one we had today, cuz it has an alternate mode. It fluffy, it great. Good. So that was good. What I think, but what would I say? Um, I don't really have anything bad to say about. You have yeah. I got nothing. I got nothing. Animechristy.
Honestly, yeah, I've got nothing bad to say about this either, and I especially appreciate the exclamation note. This is based off an inverted Atlas moth. Because I've played Animal Crossing a lot, and I've seen Atlas moths. So I just really like the color scheme in this, and I feel like I haven't seen a picture of an Atlas moth and tried to invert this, but I feel like based on my experience inverting pictures, that the colors here have definitely been toned down in its favor. Because when you take an orange and you invert it and you get that super bright cyan, Thank God this is not one of those cases. Uh, Spirit?
Taking a good old sip of water here. Because, honestly, I am also failing to come up with a whole lot of critique. I think this is less of a matter of a like character design technical issue, but more of a matter of rendering. Is I'm having a lot of difficulty with the matter of readability with this character. I have like the four limbs especially kind of blend into the rest of the body. So I would maybe recommend, and this is more of a lesson in rendering, is there's a concept called line weight. Is that things that are further forward will have thicker lines compared to things that are farther back, which will have thinner lines. So let's say if I take this here, and this is very thick, just for the matter, but this will help distinguish these smaller limbs. Like these smaller limbs kind of blend in to the rest of the body, which the color palette is very well engineered. It draws the eye to the focal points. I just think, like for me personally, I would have a very difficult time seeing some of the details because there just is so much. And having a lot of detail is not an issue all the time. It's just, like I said before, it's very difficult to replicate, which honestly, highly detailed characters are kind of, well, an aspect of Transformer characters. So that's not really an issue here. The big thing that you're just going to want to focus on in general, and this is a note for everyone, not just the owner or the artist, is that when you're working with complicated characters that have a lot of depth of field or multiple layers to them, and I'm not meaning layers as in like program layers, but layers as in like they have stuff that's foreground, middle ground, background, you want to have a means of distinctly telling them apart. And a way that you can even do that to further emphasize it is having little kind of like white highlights on it. And this, like I said, this is very rough because I'm not being like I'm not being super in depth, but like if you had white highlights on it to help distinguish it from its background, that will help it not only stand out, but people will be able to tell that it's there. So you can either do just white highlights, or you can do a matter of line weight. I know that's incredibly rough, but in general, very solid character design. I like it. Blue is 10 out of 10. But yeah, I think that's probably all we have to say for this one. Thank you for donating.
Thank you.
We really
Thank
dig
you
your
very
characters. Looking at you, Spring.
I don't know what you're talking about. I have nothing. I got nothing.
Okay, so we have, I think we've got, I'm gonna refresh the page real quick. We have a donation from Lurker Cat. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, we are out of time for any new donations, so after these last two characters, we will have to wrap up for the day, so we won't be able to do any more. We actually have we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna go teeny weeny bit overtime, but try to keep it fast.
If you'd like to still donate to the cause, by all means.
We just don't have any time for more characters, if that makes sense, because Spring and I do have to get back to work for the RAMCon.
So no zoodles?
No zoodles today.
Well, that saves me $5.
10 out of 10. Zoodles. Would eat again.
Okay, so let me go ahead and get the timer up. Are you guys ready?
It's a fuzzy wuzzy!
Okay, ready in 3, 2, 1.
Go. Fuzzy. A true Canadian. Look at that. Look at that magnificent character. Beautiful. Majestic. Fluffy. 10 out of 10. It's yes. Yes, Canadian pride right there. I know because it's based on that species. It's that's the right color palette. So, yes, 10 out of 10 Canadian fluff. Animechristy.
Well, too bad Fuzzy isn't a bear, or else I could do like recite the Fuzzy Wuzzy poem and whatnot, but I can't exactly do that. Oh well. There is a beauty within like the simplicity of this design. Personally, it's very minimalist, and I mean, hey, I want to pet it even though it'll bite my head off. Spirit.
I think so I'm going to talk about two things here and I'll try to keep this quick is that I feel like the design while is nice and simple and there is no issue with simplicity. I feel like the design itself is almost a little too simple. Like you have the entire body which is a solid color which is this beigeish brown, but then you have this itty bitty little dot of brown that is a different it's not only a different warmness. So for reference, there's a difference between warm and cold. This the main color is a warm, like this brown here. This is a warm, and the full body is a cold brown. So I think what might be best is if the route to take would be to make the brown on the tail, either make the brown on the tail colder or have the rest of the body be warmer. So let me see if I can get it to do that. So that's more of a colder dark brown. So if you were to make it like kind of that hue, I feel like it would also be good. Maybe not integrating it more the brown, but maybe even just like adding a bit of a white belly or something like that to break up the rest of the body, because right now all of it is just it causes any small detail to stand out by comparison. So like if I were to say it's horrible fill in because of the tolerance on the paintbrush, but just having a little bit to break it up so that the tail doesn't stand out. But another thing I want to point out, and this is more of just a technical lesson on the aspects of art, is I want to bring your attention to sketchy lines. Having sketchy lines is obviously okay, but it's generally a good idea to learn to draw with your shoulder rather than with your wrist. So drawing with your wrist will lead to these very sketchy lines. What you want to learn is to make large, smooth motions, and this is something that comes with practice, but obviously, like, even with the benefit of the line stabilizer, you can get to a point where you can even just do it all in one piece like this, rather than doing a bunch of little ones, because doing a bunch of little ones is going to not only tire you faster, but will also make it difficult to stay on model. So that's more of an art lesson than a critique of the character, but other than that, I don't really have anything to say. Thank you for your donation, Lurker, and I think it might be best just so that we give a chance for everyone to move along. So thank you again for the donation.
I love
Thank
how
you.
we're like, thank you. I love how we're like, we don't have anything to say, but we said things to like every single time. I don't know if you guys have noticed that.
Lurker, no! Lurker donated for Zoodles.
Coming hot.
Oh, we have to
Lurker
rip into
provides.
it then.
Alright, we'll do Zoodles at the very end. We'll spend 5 minutes on Zoodles. Let's do everyone's character first, and people can stick around for Zoodles.
Yes.
Get my zoodles in.
Because apparently we got to critique a can design for this episode.
Oh, this is glorious.
Okay, I posted it in the chat for you guys. And let's go ahead. Center this. I apologize to anyone who might have had their eyes hurt by suddenly dashing around with the zoom, but I'm being a special bean today. But yeah, so ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
Dang. This pretty. This okay, your character, just looking at your character tells a story. And I literally just want to know more. Um, I don't know if it's like I don't know what's going on with your character because like the one shot of the side, it's like with the white and crying, and I love it. It's so majestic and cool. I think maybe my one critique, um, less can be more. Because there's a lot going on, but I figure what's happening is also telling a story because you have like the detailing on both sides. Um, and then you have like these roots coming up. Uh, and then I I also just realized this. You got like on the hooves, you done like this MS Paint sort of like I used to do this with like the spray can. Um, dot on the black on the hooves. You've also done it on the other ones. That's really cool. But yeah, I think there's a lot going on, and I know probably tells a story. Um, yeah, Animechristy.
This character definitely tells a form of chaotic, corruption and whatnot between light and dark. And yeah, like what Spring says, it tells a story. However, when I looked at this character for the first time, I felt like I was gazing upon a corrupted god.
Ooh.
Like, it was like. There is a lot going on, but there's like a sort of like divinity to it and whatnot. Spirit?
Okay, so looking at the character, I've already said a few times about the matter of simplicity and the aspects of a little too much detail. I'm not going to say anything about the aspects of character symmetry because I don't think that's the intended purpose here. I think the character is meant to have a little bit of an asymmetry to them, so I'm not expecting that when it comes to the design. One thing I will say is that there's these vine or magic aspects to the character which make it very difficult for the character to read. And I know this is more of a technical aspect when it comes to the art rather than the character itself. But when it comes to the matter, like if I were commissioned, like if someone approached me asking me to draw this character, I would probably say no. And the reason for this, and this is just from my experience, is that I've done characters in the past that are complicated and it takes a very long time. I usually, like, and some artists will not draw this kind of stuff, like tattoos, uberly complicated designs, or stuff that just has so much going on, is either going to give you a really high price mark, or the artist will just absolutely not want to do it because it's very taxing to work on a commission for a really long time. So, frankly speaking, this is less of me speaking to the design, and I know this is turning into a lecture, just like let the grandma tell you about all her experiences. But I want
Oh,
to,
let me use my education.
but I want to say this is that the design itself isn't bad. I want to make that clear. But I'm more just saying this is a general lesson to the audience, so to speak, is that when you make a character like this, flourish with your creativity, okay? Enjoy making something that you enjoy. But just be aware that while you might enjoy drawing it or redrawing it, not everyone is going to be willing to do it. So that's just something to keep in mind. And that's just me
Ye.
personally. But other than that, I think this is a really solid character design, even though it's chaotic, but it's obviously with intent. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap this one up here. Thank you so much for your donation, and we'll go ahead and move on to the next one.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
I think we have one more, and then we have Zoodles. And I don't know who's shredding paper
Zoodles.
downstairs. I don't know if you guys can hear that.
No. No, you're fine.
Oh, we got a precious. We got a precious. I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with this one since it's got a little bit more of a clarity. It's got more clarity to it, so put it up on screen. first.
Hey, I just realized something. Have we critiqued one Fox OC, like, in this entire, like, review?
I don't think we have. Oh no, the first one. The first one was had like
Wasn't it
the
a wolf?
but I thought it was like the six, eight-tailed fox.
Yeah, we critiqued the
Oh, it
kitsune.
was a kitsune.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
word I'm looking for.
Alright, sorry, I just forgot, like, for a moment, like, huh? Which one? Oh, yeah. Oh,
Well,
now
go
this
ahead.
one is a precious bean.
It is a precious bean. They're very precious. I'll go ahead. Spring, are you ready?
Da 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 da. Yes.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1.
I love this color palette. Oh, it's so nice. It make brain go brrr. Um, yes, 120%. If I like look away and then I look back, my eyes do go to the character eyes. So design version 2.0 gets the gets the thing of if your does the audience's eyes go to the character's eyes. Maybe if I was going to critique, I might lighten the what's the white part of the eyeball called?
The sclera.
Yeah, I might lighten that yellow up a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. But I mean, my eyes keep going there. But because you have that white circle there. I think that's really the only thing I can think of. I love the side. You got like the shirt that goes like down to the side, it's short on the one side. That's cool. That's cool. Animechristy?
Okay, so this color palette definitely has a very earthy, grounded sense to it. It's not too bright, but it's not like, too dark either, if that makes any sense. It's not like super grungy, it's just earthy. And that's how I feel like this character just is. And if I may, this character definitely feels like a concept design straight out of the Reignited series of like Spyro. I just kind of see that as like I'm probably just gonna walk up and touch the stone in order to free a dragon, and then this guy's gonna pop up. And then he'll say some stuff and then go away forever, and that's just what this character. That's what he's bringing to my brain. I don't really have much of other to say though about this character. Spirit?
I think I'm in the same camp. I did do a small test to see what the scleras would look like when they're lighter, and I do think that does help bring a little bit of clarity. I think that the design here is very solid, and I don't have a lot to say about it when it comes to the actual technicals of it, because honestly speaking, it's a really solid character design. I can't see much wrong with it. I guess one thing I will just point out is maybe a little bit more consistency. There is very dark claws here at the bottom, but nothing on, there's nothing on the fingers, and it doesn't really show up anywhere else in the design, so it's just down here. It's not, maybe, if you wanted to, you could maybe see about, making the horns or maybe the spines on the head that color, or alternatively, if you wanted to, you could just make these talons the color of the horns, like the gradient color. And that would help it not only blend a little bit more, but they won't stand out as much. But other than that, I think this is a pretty solid character design. I dig it. It's got a nice contrast. It's obviously using the aspect of complementary colors, so.
Yeah, with the blue and the orange, definitely.
E.
But I think we'll probably wrap up on that one. And because Lurker was very generous.
Wait, we forgot to thank the person for donating.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
For Dragon.
The brain
Medieval
cell
dragon man.
escaped us temporarily.
It wanted coffee.
It wanted coffee and it wanted to rip into zoodles.
It was getting bread for the zoodles.
Oh lord.
Okay. Because Lurker was so generous, we will be critiquing zoodles. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Hold on, let me pull up this reference. I gotta open it full screen. Yes, okay, enhance. Yeah, I'm ready.
Confused
ready
American
too.
noises. Alright, you ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Heinz zoodles. Animal-shaped pasta in tomato sauce. And I'm not going to read that in French because I don't remember French class. It's 14 ounces, 398 milliliters. Something nice. We always start with something nice about a design. What's there not to love about this design? It's a bunch of animals. They're out at a baseball game. You know, that's great. It's good. There's a monkey, a lion. There's even a giraffe. Kangaroo has popcorn in its pouch. It's great. And then we say something. We critique something. I have no idea what is on the kangaroo's flag. I don't know what that symbol is. But yeah.
Team. It's the team he's rooting for.
It looks like someone's actual face. It looks like a peanut with glasses.
I think it's supposed to be a kangaroo face.
Sure, let's go with that. That's not what it looks like when you enhance it, but sure.
I got physically closer to the screen to look at it.
Yeah, okay, hold on. I'll just where's the recording room? It's someone's head with sunglasses. That's it. Okay, sure.
Okay, let me show you what I'm seeing. We're gonna
Don't make me. I'll get a drawing program out.
I see it. I honestly see it when what Spirit's describing. If I'm
because I see it like it's 2 ears and then an eye.
No, hold on.
And then it's like this.
No, it's a side shadow of someone's face. It's like whoever designed this.
Like that. I'll make it black so that it's easier to see. But like, it looks like that.
Okay, I'm putting this in.
Yeah.
Or an alternative method. And this is...
I did that with a mouse, but there you go.
I'm just waiting to rip into this.
Yeah, there you go.
And I'm being denied.
Yeah, recreate what I did. No, okay, no.
That's the only way that
you have a... Yeah, it's an angry potato. There you go.
I still think it's a kangaroo face.
In the chat, let me know what you think that is.
Oh my god.
It's a little low.
Animechristy.
Hang on, let me scroll down.
Okay. Damn it! I gotta wait. Okay. So, I'm not gonna be nice, because unlike our lovely viewers here, this is a company. I don't care about hurting its species.
How dare America? American?
First of all, why are they at a baseball game? Why? Where are the zoodles? There are no zoodles on this packaging.
Animals.
Why? Have you ever seen pasta at a baseball game?
Have you seen kids exercising? And then literally every food for kids is like, every advertisement is like, oh, we just exercised. Let's drink this sugary drink. Like, that is this can. It's like, you just exercised.
I don't see any noodles. This is false advertising. How dare they?
How dare we try and make it fun?
How dare you?
How dare we're not like.
Also, the monkey's face is creepy. I don't like the nose.
Also,
The
there was
nose is
a.
ugly.
I will let you know because you weren't in Canada. There was actually a commercial that went with this.
Oh, Lord. Spare
If I remember correctly.
I feel like I'm too American to get this joke.
Commercial.
I have one thing to say about this can design, and I need to get closer to the screen to verify this. Monkey. And that's the timer.
I can't find the one where they're animated.
Maybe it's like the Mandela effect.
No, it can't be.
I was just watching that exact Kung Fu Panda special the other night, so that made me laugh harder than I should have. I apologize, audience.
You good?
Well, let's go ahead. I think we're wrapped up for the day. So thank you all for tuning in. We have raised $211.01 to the Save a Fox organization. I'm hoping that my microphone carries over. Please hold.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't... That doesn't
Oh,
make any sense.
it really doesn't. Oh.
What?
Oh. Oops.
That doesn't make any sense with Streamlabs.
Okay, properties. Are we feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? I think we're feeling it now.
I'm feeling it now, Mr. Krabs.
But yes, thank you all once again for your generosity. We raised $211 for saveafox.org. Those proceeds will be going directly to the charity itself. Really quickly, so a couple things of note. Barry Talks Online will be premiering on YouTube in 18 minutes, so be sure to keep an eye out for that. You might want to get there a little bit early, so be sure to head over to the scheduled channel in the Discord server for that. We will be having the closing ceremonies here on the RAMCon Twitch at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so just a heads up to that, and we will be having another dinosaur, I think. Oh, no, it was Detective Pikachu. Good Dinosaur was last night.
Detective Pikachu!
But, yeah,
I
I'm
can't
gonna go
wait for that.
for the sake of the recording, and that's all for today. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to check out the other episodes of ClovenCast. We hope to hear back from you. And does the cast want to say anything about this?
I want boba.
Zoodles and hot beast machines for life.
Thank you guys so much again for donating and for being here.
Yes, you guys are
Very cool.
amazing.
Buy our
Thank
toys, buy our
you.
merch.
Yeah, buy it.
And subscribe to us on YouTube.
Buy our action
Yeah.
figures.
But yes, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.